Hi, KODM. This is Spencer.
Spencer, Ted Nugent calling.
Hello, Ted Nugent. How are you?
I'm so good at stupid. How about you?
Hey, you know what? I get accused of that all the time.
Indeed. What's the good of the stupid?
Just the stupid. It's so good to talk to you again. How you been, brother?
I just been on fire. Haven't you noticed the vapor trail of flowing, glowing love in my rear end? Are you kidding me?
Well, I see a lot on Facebook, too.
Yes, indeed. Well, communication, that's the essence of quality of life. That way you can determine lies from truth, and you can live the truth, and you can try to help the liars, even though the liars resist help.
Oh, man, do they ever. Do they ever.
Isn't it sad?
You know what? I'm shocked and amazed that you can present somebody with the truth, that you can present a logical argument to someone, and they will stare you in the eye and deny it. It's like...
Well, I've been doing this since the 1960s. I mean, you show them the success story of wildlife management in America based on pay-as-you-go hunting, fishing, and trapping, why there's more deer, more turkey, more black bears, more cougar, more geese than ever in recorded history because it's valuable as a renewable resource, and then you explain to them why Thanksgiving is in November. It's because we're thanking God for the renewable bounty of the annual harvest season, and they'll still tell you, yeah, but still, you're murdering innocent animals.
Oh.
Then you try to explain barbecue to them. But I got to tell you, Spencer, the haters and the liars and the denial cultists, I think they're either currently just stoned beyond belief or they've been stoned beyond belief for so long. I don't mean this mean-spirited. I think it's an observation of over 45 years of witnessing these drooling maniacs. They cannot grasp evidence and the truth. They're not really nasty people. Their brains just aren't working because of all the drugs and the alcohol. And I'm not being facetious. I'm sincere.
No, I agree with you.
I've been clean and sober my whole life. And if you find someone that thinks that a barbecue is the result of murder, I'm sorry, they're gone.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like their neural pathways have disappeared to logic, and it's just living in la-la land.
But let me give you, Spencer, we're spreading this truth live on your airwaves, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Well, my name is Uncle Ted. I'm Ted Nugent. I am the Whack Master. I don't think I'm the Whack Master. I am the Whack Master. I don't think I'm the Motor City Madman. Based on the flames coming out of my butt and all the people with marshmallows standing in line, I am the Motor City Madman.
Yes, you are.
That being clarified, I've been on tour for the last 50 years. I just wrapped up my 6,500th concert. And Spencer, in those 6,500 fire-breathing orgies of all-American rhythm and blues and rock and roll and positive spirit and positive energy and love for being the best that you can be, my incredible band, my incredible music, my incredible audiences. At each one of those 6,500 concerts, Spencer, I've had meetings. I've sat down before and or after every concert with working hard, playing hard Americans, ranchers and farmers and cops and teachers and welders and mechanics and plumbers and musicians and radio people and heroes of the military and their families, which are the superior human beings amongst us, by the way. And the positive, the good I wallow in every night. It absolutely obliterates the bad and the ugly and the stupid and the hate and the lies. The good overwhelmingly is universal compared to the bad and the ugly. Unfortunately, the bad and the ugly and the hate and the lies, they have power in media. They will, the Huffington Post and MoveOn.org, the Southern Poverty Law Center, MSNBC, something called the Daily Cost, they literally have campaigns, armies, to, quote, destroy Ted Nugent.
Never going to happen.
You know why? Because I'm a hunter.
Yeah.
Because I am on the board of directors of the NRA, because I dare to believe that people have the right to defend themselves. They hate me because I believe in the Second Amendment and because I eat venison. I swear to God, they've clearly articulated that, and they've literally created an army of thousands of maniacs, dopey, stoned, unclean, hate mongers, to call all my Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild sponsors and claim I'm a racist and a pedophile and a draft dodger. They call all my sponsors, they call all the promoters. They've been doing this for 30-some years. They call every concert promoter and say that I'm a racist, and it's unbelievable. Of course, the people who know me, that's all those good people I was talking about, the people who know me go, really? Really? Eat me, and they hang up on him.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you, when the Nugent Band comes to Midland, the positive energy, the sheer love. I didn't invent love, but in 2014, you know what I'm doing, Spencer?
What are you doing, Ted?
I'm perfecting love.
Yes, you are.
And the absolute tsunami of positive spirit and energy at my concerts is what God wanted free people to be like. So this is the best tour of my life. I'm about to start the best hunting season of my life. My life is so cool. I almost feel a hint of guilt, but because I worked so hard at making my life cool, I don't have any guilt at all. So I can't wait to come to Midland and rock everybody into a puddle of foaming love juice.
It's going to be great, Ted. I got to talk. Awesome. I want to talk about something. Just what you kind of brought up. People don't know that if they only rely on the media, they don't know the real Ted Nugent. They don't know the activities that you're involved in. They don't know about Nugent's Kid for Camps going 25 years long. They don't know about the things that you do for veterans. They don't know what you do for freedom. They don't know that you stand up for this country, or they don't care, which is, the other side of that. But once people find out all the things that you're involved in, all the things that you stand up for, the things that you put your money and your time and your effort behind, then they go, whoa, wait a minute. That's not what I thought Ted Nugent was.
Well, we started off our conversation here about Facebook and Twitter, and I have a website, and a lot of people ask me what my website is, and of course I tell them it's tompetty.com. But my point being is that you be very careful, because ignorance is absolutely inexcusable. Mm-hmm. But I got to tell you, I checked out Snopes, supposed to be a clearinghouse for evidence and truth. They actually listed the lie that I had 2 draft cards and I was, quote, unfit for military duty. Spencer, when I was 19 years old, I could leap tall buildings in a single bound. I was the ultimate human specimen.
I've seen the loincloth, Ted. I've seen the loincloth.
If I was unfit for military duty, it would be because I was too strong and too fast.
Ted, I've seen you hunting. I've seen the loincloth. I've seen you riding a buffalo. I mean, you're fit.
I'm fit. I'm even at 66 years old. I'm fit. If the 25-year-old Ted Nugent showed up tonight, I'd kick his ass. But anyhow, the only reason I wouldn't be able to kick ass on the 25-year-old Ted Nugent is because I couldn't catch him, because my knees are all whooped. But bottom line is, the truth is out there, and those that hate, believe me, they don't want the truth. The truth would interfere with what they really enjoy and and I'm sorry to report this, but I've seen it so much. The haters enjoy the hate. They like it.
Yeah.
They want to hate. They don't want the truth. They want to hate gun owners. They want to hate hunters and fishermen and trappers. They want to hate landowners. They want to hate conservationists. They want to hate the most successful wildlife management model in the history of the world, because they hate hunters. So those of us that know the truth, we get along just fine. 2014 Shut Up and Jam tour, best tour of my life, the most smiling, dancing, positive, good-looking Americans a person could ever want to perform for. The positive energy is palpable. You would think that we're living in the Garden of Eden if you just came to Ted Nugent concerts. Once you got past the stinky hippies who were protesting, both of them.
Yeah, both of them. There's like one guy with a fax machine.
And when I say stinking hippies, I'm sorry, they stink and they're hippies. If they were well If they were well-groomed protesters, I would call them well-groomed protesters. But obviously, they adhere to the Michael Moore hygiene challenge fan club of no soap for me. So the bottom line is, if you're not having fun with me, you're weird. If you're offended by the term unclean hippies, I think that would be guilt.
Yeah, or an accurate description, one of the two.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, you know what? Everybody's going to be having fun with you. The show is almost sold out at Midland, Texas, and I want to talk about the show of support, which is kind of what you're going to be involved in. I want to talk about something that nobody else knows. I don't think I talked to Terry Johnson, and we all know about the tragedy that happened with the show of support, the accident last year. Not a lot of people know that you, that day, had called Terry and said, hey, what can I do? A lot of people don't know that you found out about that and immediately were on the phone saying, what can I do to help?
Yeah, they were still in the process of cleaning up and responding to the injured, because that's the communication I'm talking about, Spencer. I have great people everywhere, and when Americans, or when anybody, doesn't have to be an American, when people need help, I hear from them immediately, and the Nugent family has always done one thing and one thing only. We offer our help. I represent the Freedom's Angels, where we built a beautiful patio thanks to the generous American contributions at the Brooks Medical Facility in San Antonio, because all the heroes that were burnt, tragically, they were outdoorsmen. They were hunters. They were outdoorsmen that wanted to mend their injuries in that outdoors, but the Texas sun would complicate their burns and their injuries. So Shemaine and I started Freedom's Angels, and people immediately dug deep. And within a year, Spencer, we broke ground because of people giving and caring and loving, and we built this beautiful patio so that the injured heroes of the military and their families could be outdoors where they wanted to really, secure with the great spirit of the wild. So yeah, that's how we operate. I hear from every police agency, Spencer, since the 1970s. When an officer is injured or killed in the line of duty, I hear about it almost immediately, because they know the Nugent family will get a hold of our friends, my band, my crew, our Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild team, all my hunting buddies, and we will raise money for the families of injured and hero cops killed in the line of duty. And I got to tell you, I'm not special. I don't know anybody that doesn't. That's how we operate.
And that's what makes you Ted Nugent. But that's that kind of love. I mean, people don't understand that. These days, you've got two separate classes of people, and I'm sorry, that seems to be the way this country is divided. You've got the people that care, the people that will go down, and I want to talk about something else that you did recently. When you went down, everybody was throwing hate toward conservatives or anybody, and you went down, and you were down there with Glenn Beck, and you were bringing supplies to those needy kids on the border, and some of the injured and kids that were dealing with diseases, and you guys went down there and showed them some love, and nobody reported that. Nobody talked about that.
Isn't that something? And again, I don't want it reported for a pat on the back, because I don't need that, because it wasn't even, I was on tour. I think I was over in South Dakota or something when the need arose. But immediately, again, I got a phone call and said, these kids, they don't have any good nutrition. They're getting, stale bread and, some dented cans of soup. And I called my Spirit of the Wild manager and our VidCam dude for our TV show, Chris Helms, a great hunter, a great family guy. And I said, Chris, we have 2 big freezers full of venison, fresh from last year, because we kill a lot of deer. And I said, we also donate a lot of venison jerky to the heroes of the military, but we still had a lot left over. I said, get all the meat, call all our hunting buddies, get those Yeti coolers. We have a whole big bank of Yeti coolers, because they're one of our Spirit of the Wild sponsors. And I said, get all the coolers and all the freezers you can, and call Glenn's guy is going to call you and tell you what soup kitchens and homeless shelters to go to. And literally within 24 hours, Spencer, the Nugent tribe, the Nugent gang, we were southbound with pickup trucks loaded with meat. And they went down there, and we delivered over a ton of pure, natural, organic, nutritious venison to make sloppy joes and goulash and scrapple and hamburgers and spaghetti and all the good nutrition, the good protein that they needed. And my immigration policy is that I'm all for legal immigration.
You bet.
But illegal immigration should be turned around at the border and sent home. But when they're helpless children, you gotta feed them.
got to do it. You got to take care of them.
Spencer, what you're hearing, you're hearing a guy that's not weird. You're hearing a guy that lives by logic, self-evident truth, common sense, goodwill, decency, and that's how all my hunting buddies operate. We put a convoy together. That's how we operate. You will not find people, whether it was the Sandy storm on the East Coast or Katrina. I had Nugent hunting buddies. We convoyed. We blankets and food and cots and water and medicine and meat. You can't name one that we weren't involved with. And you're right. I don't want it reported for an attaboy, but I do want it reported to let everybody know that when people are in trouble, the hunters, the hunting families, give the most. Case closed.
You bet they do. You bet they do. And I'm glad that I got you on the show. This is so awesome to talk to you again.
Back at you, Spencer. Thank you very much.
Talking with Ted Nugent right now. The Shut Up and Jam Tour is coming to Midland August 17th at the Wagner Newell Performing Arts Center. It's going to be a great time. The show is almost sold out. And, of course, benefiting Show of Support. And I tell you what, everybody I've talked to is just so excited about seeing you. I'm a fan of the show, and my wife wanted to make a special shout-out to your wife, Shemaine.
Yeah.
Because my wife is now practicing with the bow that I bought her because she saw your wife bow hunting, and she went, I wonder if I could do that. And I said, yeah, you can do that.
Hallelujah, Spencer. God bless your wife, and God bless Shemaine. Yeah, I think that's why our Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild show is number one, because of Shemaine, because people see that this babe, this gorgeous, svelte, rhythm goddess, Zumba whackmaster woman, is graceful and stealthy, and she kills big game with a lightweight 30 and 35-pound bow, which is difficult to even find in most archery shops around the country because the archery industry seems to be addicted to power and velocity and kinetic energy, which has nothing to do with killing a game animal cleanly. Shemaine kills 1,000-pound antelope, big wildebeest and kudu and eland and oryx and big deer and hogs and rams and inyala, and she kills everything she shoots at with a lightweight 30 or 35-pound bow because she waits for the perfect shot, and she ups her level of awareness to be the ultimate responsible reasoning predator she can be. And she wanted me to say thank you and thank everybody up there in the wilds of Texas, especially Terry Johnson and everybody who's so loving and generous with the show of support. We're involved with Canines for Warriors and our own Freedom's Angels, Operation FinallyHome.org. We're pretty much involved with every military charity there is. But what Terry Johnson and everybody, all the ranchers and all the hunting families and all the donators and all the givers and the people up there for show of support, those are my blood brothers. Those are American blood brothers who always sacrifice for themselves to show support for those who have sacrificed so dearly for the American dream. So God bless everybody involved. And I guarantee you this, Spencer, my band, Mick Brown and Greg Smith and Derek St. Holmes, these guys are so hot right now. The band is so tight, it's delirious. If I wasn't in this band, I'd buy a front row ticket every night to watch these guys. The band is, the Shut Up and Jam Tour is the most intense, high-energy, fun, soul music, dance music tour in the history of the world. I can't thank everybody enough for just showing all the support all these years. That's one of the reasons I moved to Texas, because real music lovers live in Texas, and they know killer musicians playing killer bands and putting their heart and soul into every song, every gig, every night, every lick. And that's what we're going to do in Midland on the 17th. I guarantee it.
We're looking forward to it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, get Ted's book, God, Guns, and Rock and Roll. And if you haven't got your tickets for the show on the 17th, you got to get them. Wagner Newell Performing Arts Center. You can go on etickets.com and get your tickets. It's going to be a great show. Ted, I just want to say personally, thank you for what you do. I know that you hear this a lot from people. Thank you for standing up for our rights. Thank you for standing up for hunters. And thank you for being a great representative for us.
Well, it's my pleasure. And, nobody's perfect. And when I'm on stage, there are times when it gets pretty crazy because I'm a welder. And when I weld, sparks fly and I get all dirty.
That's okay.
But after I'm done welding, I take a shower, and I'm okay to have dinner with. so thank you, everybody, for all these incredible, over 50 years of rock and roll, rhythm and blues dreaming, and certainly for supporting our Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild show and voting it #1 over all these years. But thanks to all those Americans and all those Texans who give and give and give for the show of support and for the military heroes who have sacrificed so dearly so that we can still have freedom and that we can fight back and get rid of the corruption and the abuse of power and the criminality that so infests our government, so much of our government, right up to the President and the Attorney General. So there's a lot of work to do to fix America, but we will fix it because so many heroes of the military have sacrificed completely so that we can. So how dare we not?
Amen, brother. Also, you can catch Ted Nugent's Spirit of the Wild on the Outdoor Channel. Set your TiVos for Tuesdays, 3:30 p.m., 8:30 p.m., and Sundays at 12 a.m. Ted, it's always great to talk to you, brother.
Spencer, God bless America. God bless Texas. You know, the whole world sucks. America still sucks less. But with Uncle Ted and Midland on the 17th, it ain't going to suck at all.